This is my Massey Ferguson 35x tractor, which I'm going to start renovating. Currently it's in the dry, but only just. And the first job is to move it from where it is now, just a few yards, into the workshop, old milking parlour, where there's a concrete floor and it will be easier to work on. Before I start the engine, I want to take a few precautions. I've already changed the oil and I'm going to look at the air cleaner now, which is the subject of this video, and then I'll look at the fuel system, change the fuel filter and change the old diesel, which has probably been there for 20 years. Renovation is probably going to be quite difficult and long-winded, and I'm going to try to understand at each stage how what I'm working on works, and hopefully that will help me do a better job. So this is my sketch of the air cleaner. This part here, I think in the catalogues is called the hat. It's a bit like a chimney. And there's one interesting thing about this, and that's that this bit here fits over the air cleaner proper. And that's important because it keeps out the rain. Some versions actually fit inside, and that's not very good at all. So what happens here is that the air is drawn in by the engine and it comes up underneath here and then down into the air cleaner itself. And there's small holes here for the air to get into, so any big bits of straw or whatever get filtered out there, and the air then travels down this central pipe all the way to the bottom where the oil sits, and the oil level is about here. So this is all oil sat in the bottom of the oil cup, and here the air has to make a really sharp turn, going 180 degrees like that, and the particles, the dirt and the dust, isn't able to make that turn, so it gets collected in the surface of the oil, and then eventually itself falls to the bottom. Then the air travels up through the air cleaner and eventually into the pipe that takes it to the engine. Now, there's two elements to the air cleaner here. The first one is a removable element that sits on the top of the cup, and it's full of, actually they're both full of steel wool of a sort. So this represents the steel wool, and it's a bit like a scouring pad really. And this gets coated in oil, thin layer of oil, and any particles that do manage to come up with the air get trapped here, and as more oil vapor comes up and condenses here, they get washed out. And something very similar happens up here in the top part of the air cleaner, which all around this central pipe is packed with steel wool. How far it goes up, I don't know, because you can't see the top. But this also has a thin coating of oil and collects more particles, ever finer I suspect, before the air then emerges from here and goes down, wrong colour, goes down towards the engine, and hopefully very clean air by there. And that, roughly speaking, is how the air cleaner works. Just in case anybody's interested, I've annotated the diagram and put the part numbers in. So this is the air cleaner that I've taken off the tractor. It's fairly dirty, to say the least. Nevertheless, I'm going to try and renovate it using a variety of different methods, as you'll see. And hopefully by the time I finish it will be clean enough to put back on the tractor and be able to supply some clean air into the engine so that I can start it. So I hope you found the video interesting. In the next video I shall be cleaning up the parts and getting them ready for painting. Thanks very much for watching. And just in case you were wondering, yes, I am a Plymouth Argyle supporter, and they're playing Peterborough United away this afternoon, and so I shall be watching that. Come on, you Greens!